Faisal has received this DC of the Year award, competing amongst 8 chapters.
This is a person who loves a challenge, and moreover, he is able to overcome this challenge. He's done a brilliant job, and today it's testament to being DC of the Year. It's a great testament for his character in itself.
My dad was a captain in a merchant navy. So one of the days he fell sick, and then from that moment onwards, my responsibility made me come to Dubai. So I came in 2005 June to search for a job. On the last day of my visit visa, which I'm providing to thousands of people right now, I got my first job in Dubai.
Faisal was more someone who was not thinking of business because his brother already has a business. So he always wanted to kind of be into something which is more hospitality driven, and he was very happy about his industry, his hotel industry and all of that. And I was always his entrepreneur side, and I always felt like we should have something of our own.
So starting a business was majorly because of my wife and my family, of course, but wife played a major hand. And my wife was working, and she said, I will support you no matter what. You go ahead, take a risk. If you fail at the max, we'll get back to work again. No problem, I'm there to support you.
So BNI, I think, happened to you, 7-8 years ago?
2017 March.
First memory of Faisal, him walking into the same floor, 20th floor actually, as a visitor. He came in, I think, with another 2 or 3 colleagues of his on that day. I can still very well remember that day. He came in, he understood the BNI philosophy, the policy, and I think he was immediately convinced that he should become a member.
He's been inducted in front of me, and the moment we saw him, we really realized that one really bubbly, healthy, bubbly gentleman who came, and really positive energy guy has come to our chapter.
The idea of getting into BNI was making relationship. I saw doctors in the room, lawyers in the room. I saw some big companies, CEOs in the room. And I said, okay, where else I can find these kind of people at one platform?
My daughters and I have coined these three things which are very important in Faisal's life. One is, of course, hashtag. Second is BNI. And third is his beauty sleep.
Sometimes when I go for a blood test, my wife says, do you have any other problem other than BNI? Because they say BNI is in my blood.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus,
coronavirus.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
I mean, during the tough times of even COVID, he's one member that had a lot of issues because he's from the travel trade, right? And which was one of the hardest hit.
And there were these 2 instances which I remember very vividly. One was, one of his friends who was in the hospitality industry. He died on the spot. He got an attack, and the other one committed, who had his own travel business, committed suicide. So when I heard these 2 instances in a span of a month's time, I was really scared. So that's the time I told him, listen, don't stress out. Whatever it takes, just do it. We're going to be there for you.
So that was the time Faisal had called me one day and said, Mujahid, we've got to do something. So we both together discussed and sat. He said, okay, I've got a guy who's into IT. So we both together can incorporate a company related to IT, and this is the time when people would want to have a marketing globally. Generally, people would try to save money and wouldn't take any risk at all. But during this period, because of his thinking, because of his perseverance and resilience, we were able to collaborate and incorporate a company. And we started off well. And in fact, in the beginning itself, because of his connections, because of his, the way he maintained relationship with the people, he was able to get the projects.
For me right now, when I think of past now, COVID happened at the right time. Because during COVID time, I was bleeding money. COVID taught me how to optimize resources, how to maximize your resources and maximize your revenue, where to stop bleeding. That introspection happened in that 4 months. There was no business.
So he was very, very honest and very diligent and resilient at what he did. And today he's bounced back, and we're all proud of him.
It's not about just being faced with a challenge, but being able to overcome that is a big character. And I think those are the type of people we always keep looking out for in our DNA.
We were 29 members, and then I took over as the president. And the first meeting I had with him as ambassador was, Javed Sahab, don't get pressured. Don't be under any kind of pressure. Just do your bit. He said it with so much of commitment and so much of conviction that I believed in him. And I have been believing in him all along.
I got into ambassador role in Continental. After 6 months, the DC of Continental left. I got an opportunity. I was asked about which chapter I want to take it up. I was given an options of 2 chapters, and I said Continental. And I saw Continental as an extension of my family in Synergy.
He was very instrumental. He was always available. And one best thing about Faisal is he's always on the WhatsApp group. So if he sees any member's performance, if he sees anyone doing well, he's always there to appreciate. And one of our core values is recognition. And I think when members are recognized, they perform better.
Synergy gave me a lot of love in return. I have put in a lot of efforts, of course, as a member to make my visibility have an impact. But I've learned a lot from BNI, how to be an entrepreneur, what skill sets do you need to have. Fellow members have taught me how do you have to present yourself as a business person, because I'm not coming from a business family. I'm a first generation businessman from my family. So basically whatever I have learned, you see, in business is mostly from BNI.